Hello, my name is Ilshawn Witherspoon, and I'm here to ask for your help. Please share my story. I'm here on TikTok to bring awareness and expose the racial hate and violence that I am receiving in Mobile, Alabama, from the police, from government officials, because I decided to stick up for myself and file a federal racial discrimination complaint against a very powerful real estate and business mogul here in Mobile, Alabama. To answer a question that was left in the comments, and also another question that was posed in the comments but has been deleted since. The first question is, if you can afford a private attorney, you can afford to move. They don't do that in North DC, Maryland, and New York. Move. Okay. When I broke my lease to move to where I am now, moving did not help. The stalking followed me here. I couldn't understand why. It's been 2 years and the things are still happening. And it coincides with me still trying to get justice for being racially discriminated against. If it was just discrimination in housing where they didn't want me to live there, I would have just gone but they put violence with it. They threatened my life. This is a billionaire businessman using these tactics against brown people. It's not right. I had to make it make sense. I had to figure out why this was happening to me. That's why I had to invest in the private investigator. I knew the where. The where was everywhere that I went. I was being followed. I was being intimidated. I didn't know the who. I didn't know the why. And I didn't know what for. So that's why I invested in the private investigator. The other question was posed asking, why me? Okay. Why me? If you had a car accident, normally, the way things normally go, if someone hit your car or if you hit someone, you call the insurance company, you make a complaint, you file a claim, and it's handled the way it's supposed to be handled. You would file a claim, an investigation would happen, and the results would be furnished. If it was not what you thought it should be, you would appeal, and the process would happen again. They would not hold your claim and let the other driver know, well, you're at fault. But we'll hold the claim, and you can see if you can stalk and intimidate them, and maybe they'll drop the claim. That's not how it works, but that's how I was handled with South Alabama Center for Fair Housing here in Mobile, Alabama. Brittany Dixon, she was the enforcement officer that worked on the case for me. She accepted my complaint. She told me HUD wanted to pursue and they wanted to prosecute. She babysat me for the entire year after I submitted a signed complaint to her March 31st, 2022. She babysat me for an entire year, calling me, checking on me, asking me, was I okay? Did I still want to go through with the complaint? I should have known then that what she was doing. Every time I told her yes, that I still wanted to pursue the complaint, the stalking and the harassment and the intimidation would worsen. After I would never let up, in March of 2023, Teresa Bettis, who is Brittany's supervisor, she sent me another complaint that was false and tried to force me to sign it. It named Mallory Johnson as the property manager. And it said that I was upset with Mallory because another tenant was doing everything that Mallory was doing, and I was upset that she would not stop them as the manager, which was a total lie. I literally have a warrant against Mallory Johnson for property damage. When I would not sign the complaint, and I kept telling them it was wrong and it needed to be fixed if I was to sign it, they walked me for 30 days, and then on April 13th, 2023, Brittany Dixon sent me a closure letter, called me and told me that my case was closed because I never signed. She sent me a closure letter. She blocked my number and has not talked to me since. I have an audio call with me and Minnie Lumpkin, another person they put on me to try to make me leave it alone. I have a phone call that I'll publish, an audio call that I will publish that further proves that I did file a complaint. When I filed an appeal in July, it was picked up in August by Deanna Roby from the HUD regional office in Atlanta, Georgia. I sent her so much evidence that she told me not to send her anymore. She also went silent on me for 6 weeks, and when I continued to press her about the progress, and in those 6 weeks, the stalking and the intimidation worsened. When I kept pressing her about the progress, she eventually just sent me a closure letter and stopped communication with me. This is not how this is supposed to work. The process is supposed to process. It's not supposed to be bought off and manipulated because a person has money. John Stimson sits on the board of Synovius Bank. He could very well be a determining factor in what brown person gets to live where they want to live. And if he has anything to do about it, it's not going to be with any white people. Please share my story.